Captain Sarah Chen had seen many strange things during her 15 years aboard the diplomatic vessel Harmony, but the sight before her was certainly unique. The young Zellarian refugee, no more than their species equivalent of 16 human years, stood clutching two perfectly round green fruits against her chest with an expression of desperate hope. "I know humans love melons," Kira announced in heavily accented standard, her large violet eyes gleaming with what Sarah could only describe as innocent determination. "I brought these for you." The bridge crew exchanged glances. The Zellarians were a relatively new species to the galactic community, having only made first contact 6 months ago when their world was devastated by a massive solar flare. Their home world, Zellar Prime, had been evacuated in a matter of days, with refugee ships scattered across dozens of systems. This particular group had been picked up by a Terran rescue ship, and now Kira, the youngest of the survivors, was apparently trying to express gratitude in the most endearing way possible. "She's been carrying those since we found her ship," explained Dr. Marcus Webb, the expedition's xenobiologist. "The other Zellarians said she insisted on bringing them specifically for the kind humans." Sarah approached slowly, noting how the girl's iridescent blue skin seemed to shimmer with nervous energy. Zellarians were humanoid in basic structure but possessed an ethereal quality that made them appear almost fairy-like. Their planet had been renowned for its agricultural exports before the disaster, particularly their sweet, nutritious fruits. "Where did you learn that humans love melons, Kira?" Sarah asked gently, kneeling to be at eye level with the young alien. Kira's face brightened considerably. "The rescue captain. He said humans have saying, cool as cucumber and sweet as melon. So I thought melons must be very important to human happiness." Lieutenant Commander Torres, the ship's first officer, cleared his throat to hide what was obviously a chuckle. Sarah shot him a warning look before turning back to Kira. "That's very thoughtful of you," Sarah said warmly. "But you know, we don't need gifts. We're helping because it's the right thing to do." Kira's expression faltered slightly. But, in Zellarian culture, we must always offer our best to those who show kindness. These are star melons from my family's grove. They were going to be harvested for the Festival of Lights before—" She trailed off, her grip tightening on the fruits. "Tutorth." Bridge fell silent. Sarah felt her heart clench as she realized the significance of what the girl was offering. These weren't just random fruits. They were likely among the last remnants of her destroyed world, precious beyond measure. "Kira," Sarah said softly, "these star melons are from your family's grove?" The girl nodded solemnly. "Grandmother always said our star melons were the sweetest in 3 sectors. She didn't make it to the evacuation ships." Tears began to well in her violet eyes. "But I saved these seeds from our best fruits. I thought maybe humans would help me. Plant them somewhere safe." Dr. Webb stepped forward, his expression gentle but professional. "Kira, the agricultural bay on Deck 7 has perfect growing conditions. We could start a small grove there if you'd like." "Really?" Kira's face lit up like a supernova. "You would help me grow my grandmother's melons?" "More than that," Sarah said, making a decision that she knew would require some paperwork, but was absolutely worth it. "When we reach New Geneva Station, we'll make sure the Terran Agricultural Council gets samples. Your grandmother's star melons could become the foundation for Zellarian agriculture throughout human space." The young alien's reaction was immediate and overwhelming. She launched herself forward, still clutching her precious fruits, and rapped, her free arm around Sarah's neck in what was unmistakably a hug. "Thank you. Thank you," she sobbed, speaking rapidly in Zellarian before switching back to Standard. "I was so scared her memory would die with our world." As Sarah held the crying girl, she caught Dr. Webb's eye. He was already making notes on His data pad, no doubt cataloging the botanical and cultural significance of the moment. "Captain," Torres said quietly, "incoming message from the Zalarian Elder Council. They're asking about settlement arrangements for the refugees." Sarah gently extracted herself from Kira's embrace, but kept one reassuring hand on the girl's shoulder. "Tell them we're not just offering temporary shelter. Any Zalarian who wants to establish permanent residence in Terran space is welcome. We'll help them rebuild, not just their lives, but their culture." Kira looked up at her with wonder. "All because I brought you melons?" Sarah laughed, a warm sound that seemed to ease the tension on the bridge. "No, little one, because you taught us something important about your people and reminded us of something important about ourselves." "What's that?" Kira asked, tilting her head curiously. "That the best gifts aren't things we give to get something in return. They're pieces of ourselves, our history, our love, our hope for the future." Sarah gestured to the star melons. "You didn't just bring us fruit, Kira. You brought us your grandmother's legacy and trusted us to help it grow." The bridge crew nodded in agreement, and Sarah noticed more than one pair of eyes looking a bit watery. "Now," Sarah continued, standing up, "let's go plant some star melons. I have a feeling they're going to be the beginning of something wonderful." As they walked toward the turbolift, Kira carefully cradling her precious fruits, she looked up at Sarah with a shy smile. "Captain Chen? Do humans really love melons?" Sarah grinned. "You know what? I think we're about to find out." Behind them, the stars wheeled silently through space, carrying refugees toward new homes and old seeds toward new soil. In the grand tapestry of galactic civilization, it was a small moment, one girl, two fruits, and a promise to remember. But sometimes, Sarah reflected, the smallest seeds grew into the mightiest trees.